shtick. Want you in my rear window. You know that you're sick. I want your love. Love, love, love. I want you. Love, I want your love. I want your revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. I want your love and all your love is revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. I want your love. I want your revenge. I want your love. I don't wanna be friends. Je vous tends l'amour. Et je vous tends revanche. Je vous tends l'amour. I don't wanna be friends. I don't wanna be friends. I don't wanna be friends. Want your bedroom man. Want your bedroom man. Let's write a bad romance. I want your love. I want your revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. Oh, 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 caught in a bad romance. Oh, 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 caught in a bad romance.
Today is gonna be the day that we're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you got to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. About you now. Backbeat, the wood is on the street, that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had it out. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. About you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding. And all the lights that light the way are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. I don't know how. 'Cause maybe, oh, you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, oh, you're my wonder. Let me tell you that today was gonna be the day, but they'll never throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. You know. And all the roads we have to walk are winding. And all the lights that light the way are blinding. Oh, 'cause there are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. Oh, I don't know how. But maybe you're gonna be the one that saves.
Hey, everybody, it's the bottom of the hour, and that means very little still in a comedy club that's been closed for a year. We don't start on time. That's not how we do things. go ahead and grab yourself some snacks, get something to drink, get all cozy and snuggly, and maybe share out the link with your friends and family not already in the stream, because Bodi Pozi Comedy will begin in about 2.5 minutes.
And after all, you're my wonderwall. Tell me, Ryan, you're my wonderwall.
Welcome to the virtual Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for Bodi Pozi Comedy. Please welcome to your screen your host, Dan Smith.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the Bodi Pozi Quarantine-aversary edition. Now we have got a spectacular show for you tonight. I am so excited to introduce you to all of tonight's comedians. But first, how many of you all needed a nap today? You know? I'm telling you, losing that extra hour of sleep was bullshit. You know, that's my beauty sleep. And, you know, I don't know, the other people in the lineup tonight don't have to worry about it. But I, for one, I need my beauty sleep. So losing that hour sucked. And then, you know, I'm telling you, I had a bad morning all around. I got in the shower this morning, and the shower bench that I use, the leg fell off mid-shower. Boom, down I went, you know? And I'm okay. But the really shitty thing is now I don't have a leg to sit or stand on.
Aww.
And then I went out and made myself some breakfast, and my eggs were runny. And I'm telling you, I really, really hate runny eggs because I don't appreciate when my breakfast tries to show me up. I'm going to tell you a little about myself, in case you don't know. As Jesse said, my name's Dan Smith, but I go by Dan the Can't Stand-Up Comedian. I am in a wheelchair. I've been in a wheelchair for my whole life. I have a birth defect called spina bifida. There are 3 different types of spina bifida. There's occulta, meningocele, and myelomeningocele. Now, myelomeningocele is the most severe form, and that's the form I have. Because I've always said, if you're going to commit to something for your whole life, really go all out or get the fuck out. And I like telling people, though, that I have myelomeningocele, too, because it doesn't sound like I have a disability. It sounds like I have a ninja seal. And my Ninja Seal's name is Milo. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? A bunch of little seals out there kung fu fighting with their little flippers. Anyway, so yeah, I was born in a wheelchair. Okay, I wasn't actually born in a wheelchair. That would have sucked for my mom. Leaving little tiny tire tracks on her badge on the way out. Ugh. Although it was a really quick birth. I mean, once the doctor finished building the ramp, I just shot right out. I was out walking my dogs.
Hey there.
I mean, once the doctor finished building the ramp, I just shot right out.
Amber?
I was out walking my dogs.
Hey there.
Hello? Okay, are we good now? Anybody else hear that feedback?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yep, I think we're okay now.
All right.
Was it me?
No.
I don't think so. Anyway, so I was out walking my dogs, and this guy yelled out at me and said, "Hey, are you walking them, or are they walking you?" I said, "Actually, sir, we're competing in the wheelchair Iditarod." He said, "You did a what?" Iditarod, sir. It's a sled dog race. Yeah, we go over 100 miles on pavement using 2 dogs. I said, "Have you seen any other guys in chairs coming through here recently?" He said, no. I said, "Sweet, I'm in the lead." Unfortunately, one of my dogs died, so I guess you could say I'm really racing with a handicap.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. They're both dead. I'm not winning shit next year. But no, we got some kittens now. We have 2 cats. We have one cat named Emily and another cat named Stevens. Yeah, he's our cat, Stevens. But you can call him Yusuf. The boomers get that joke. Yeah, we just bought our 3rd cat tree for a 3-bedroom house. Speaking of cats, here's one. Yeah, 3 bedrooms, three cat trees. People ask me, "Hey man, how's cat ownership going?" "Oh, it's great. Yeah, we've gained 2 adorable kittens and lost 1 entire house." That's all the time I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring out your first comedian of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, normally it's ladies first, right? But every comedian on tonight's show is a lady except for our first one. We're gonna make the guy go first. He's gonna be the bullet. So please help me welcome the host of the Come on, you need to get down. I'm sorry. Host of STABernacle and Trivia Killed the Radio Star, the hardest music trivia show I've ever been on. They're doing their last show this week, so make sure you tune in on Tuesday. Please help me welcome David Coleman.
David!
So so as you may see, I do have a good number of moles. And then I also have a pectus excavatum, which is like a little valley in my chest. I had to decide whether to start or end my set by taking off my shirt and showing you, and I'm gonna end it. So that's what I call foreplay. I'm most sensitive about my moles. And I remember anytime somebody tries to talk to me about them. And so I've been able to categorize everyone who is rude enough to point out facial moles. Category 1, 3 subcategories. It's children. 1A is children under 5. They'll ask, "What are those?" And I will respond, "Oh, I'm part Dalmatian." Very cute. Category 1B, children under 10. Why do you have those? A little more existential. They're growing up. I'll say, "Oh, well, because I didn't wear sunscreen, and don't comment on people's appearances. That's kind of rude." Learning experience. Children Oh yeah, 1C, children over the age of 10, you get right in their face and say, they're tattoos I get every time I kill a rude child. I'm not in middle school anymore. You can't make fun of me. Category 2 is adults who want to give me medical advice. They will say, hey, that mole looks a little misshapen. There's some unclear edges. When was the last time you got a cancer screening? And just word of advice, if you ever walk up to somebody and say, there's something on your face that looks misshapen, that is bad etiquette. Category 3, neither children nor adults. Audiences at comedy shows. I tell these jokes and then they want to tell me I'm very pretty and I don't need to worry about it. And that can continue. Please feel free to tell me after the show how gorgeous I am and you don't even notice the moles at all, or find them a good feature. That's fine too. None of these people, nobody who comes up to me and points out my moles knows me. It is only people meeting me for the first time who point them out. If you don't point out my moles the first time you see me, you're unlikely to ever point out my moles. I've been with my wife for 10 years now. She doesn't point out my moles or talk about my moles unless I bring them up first, because we're just not that close yet. I have tried to get them removed before. I did go to see a doctor. I have one here. Yeah, it's a scar that's the exact same size and shape and texture as the mole I had removed. I just am being haunted by the ghost of the mole. And this doctor was super creepy. This dermatologist said, oh yes, I like to listen to Frank Sinatra while I cut. I think this guy was a villain in the video game BioShock. It's very unsettling. And then what made that even weirder was he cut off the mole and then said, okay, now I'm gonna dry the incision. And he took a small cattle prod and shocked my flesh until the wound closed. And I said, did you mean cauterized? Are you avoiding using the word cauterized? Do you think that the word cauterize is upsetting? And if you're worried about that, why did you say, I like to listen to Frank Sinatra while I cut? So I have this pectus excavatum. I grew up in church. You can see my show STABernacle where I talk about it. Nice. Yeah, there's a hole there. There was a larger hole before I gained some weight, but hey, there's a hole there. I grew up in church, and that means that when we would hug each other, in solidarity or whatever, Jesus-y camaraderie, I couldn't hug a woman straight on because then we might accidentally have sex. So what Christians do is if they go to hug you, they will move a foot to the left or right. So they're half hugging you and half hugging the air next to you. Do not do this to somebody with pectus excavatum, because what will happen is their chest will grope your chest, but perfectly form around the boot. Okay, that's my time. Thank you, everybody. It was a pleasure being here.
Woo! Thank you, David. Woo! I think the ghost of the mole sounds like a good horror story. Maybe the evil doctor is one of the main characters. Thank you, David. That was great.
Good.
I'm gonna bring on your next comedian. She's joining us all the way from Winnipeg, Manitoba. It's good to have her back. Please welcome Sophia Salsi.
Yay!
Woo! Wow, okay, so March 2021. It's just hitting me different, This week is all about the 1 year anniversary. Everyone's like, a year ago I was out with friends. A year ago the office shut down. A year ago we were functioning adults with hopes and dreams. Now we're like, wine before dinner or wine for dinner? I'm currently at the stage of my mental health where my main coping strategy is to watch serial killer documentaries. Anyone else? Yeah, it'll be like The suspect then bludgeoned her to death with a crowbar. I'll be sitting on my couch like Shane eating chips like, oh damn, that's rough. Yeah, you gotta take that blood sample. Of course. Yeah. Next episode. I'm learning that it's really easy to get away with murder. I think I figured out the formula. It's really easy. Step 1, be a white man. 2, let incompetent police departments just kind of be themselves. And some of these shows are much calmer than watching the news or being on social media. Like, you know, these anti-mask rallies, seeing these old white dudes who are upset. They have to wear something uncomfortable on their body. They feel restricted. They're being told what to wear. Women everywhere are like, first time. And so much disbelief about science. Like, we've come so far. We landed on Mars. We made vaccines, and people are still out here being like, my essential oils will cure my IBS. Or a lovely clip of a Trump rally I saw recently in which the participant said she wouldn't get COVID because she had the right vibrational frequency in her body. And I was like, babe, that's just meth. Like, people are trying to tell me that the vaccine changes your DNA, and I'm like, this is not a Marvel comic. Like, nobody is turning into a green giant when they're angry. An aggressive bitch, maybe, but like, there's no cure for that. So, and I just want to say, like, I got the vaccine recently, and I want to tell you guys, it's not that bad. Having my mind controlled by Bill Gates has really been a load off. Can I tell you? Like, I don't need to make decisions for myself anymore. But in all seriousness, I've been trying to improve my self-care a lot this year, and we hear that a lot. And everyone thinks of like the glamorous yoga and bubble bath side of self-care, not the like, oh, maybe I can go a 5th day without washing my hair, but should I? Sometimes self-care is having to hype yourself up to do the basic stuff. Sometimes you're just blasting some shitty 2000s hip-hop just so you can do a basic chore. You know what I mean? Like, my dishwashing brings all the boys to the yard, and I'm like, this is real hard. Don't want to do this, but I have to eat. You know what I mean? And I just cannot get my shit together to do laundry. Like, people who put away their clean laundry the same day they wash it are fucking lying, okay? It doesn't I just have a series of baskets that's like clean, dirty, kind of dirty. I don't remember. I didn't even know I owned these. No. And if you ever witness me like actually hanging up a jacket on a hanger, just assume I have a terminal illness. Like, just say you're gonna die. Okay? If you come into my apartment and it's clean, I've been kidnapped. Like, call the police, okay? Like, no, officer, you don't understand. It doesn't look like there's been a break-in. No, her drawers are not open with stuff all over the floor. Like, she's gone. What was that? Did she call you incompetent? Oh, shit. Well, Bill Gates will find her. He's tracking her anyway, so it's fine. That's my time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Sophia. Yeah, for the rest of my life, every time I do dishes now, when I start my dishwasher brings all the boys to the yard. In my head for the rest of my life. So thanks. Oh, thank you very much, Sophia. Everybody, our next comedian, when I grow up, I want to be as good a host as our next comedian. She is the host of the Invisible Disabilities Show, one of the best shows in all of Sacramento, and I'm so excited to have her on our show tonight. Please help me welcome Amber Whitford.
Yay! Hello, everyone. You guys, listen, I'm so glad to see all of your faces because it's just been me and my husband and the cats refuse to make eye contact with me. And so I'm really so glad to see all of your beautiful faces. I'm going to talk about my body, obviously, because that's what's on everybody's mind right now. But we've been going through a lot of stress at home. My kitten has entered puberty.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if anybody's familiar with cat puberty, but people call it going into heat. I don't like that. I don't like how it sounds. It sounds gross, sounds rude. It sounds like an attack on her person. So I'm calling it puberty, like exactly what it is. And so my darling girl is here next to me telling me to shut the fuck up and not to talk this loud. So this is where we are with it. I'm really glad to not be working outside of my apartment anymore. I am now one of those people, I'm considered an essential worker, but I can essentially do everything I need to do at home. And it's been really good for me because I don't have any excuse to be late for work anymore. I try to play Procrastinator's Challenge in the morning, but my commute is literally from the bedroom into where I'm actually sitting right now. And if I don't show up on time, my cats, like, they sit on my chair, like, looking at me like, bitch, you know what time it is right now, right? Like, you were supposed to be here 15 minutes ago. So they've been keeping me in line. Look, oh my gosh, she's gonna get me. Did you hear? So yeah, I have been a fat person for a long time. I'm jumping right into it. I know a lot of you guys know that I like to call it FBL, which is short for Fat Black Lady. And I've been living with Fat Black Lady for a long time. And I really worked my way up to where I am now in life and how great I'm doing with Fat Black Lady. It's been important for me, though, this new age of life, because I met my husband just like maybe 8 years ago, and the good thing is he already saw all of my pictures on the internet, including some nudes, so he already knew that I was going to be fat when I showed up. Because back in the olden times, you guys, it was really rough. I don't know if you guys know about the whole Janet Jackson, Freddie Jackson. I experienced that several times. I had this guy like calling me. His friend said that I was really pretty, and she thought that we would get along great. And I was like, of course, because everybody loves me, I get along with everyone great. And I was just like, listen though, guy, I just want you to know, like, I feel like you should like pull it back a little bit, like try not to get so romantic. You don't even know me like that. This is olden times, before we had text messaging. Sophia, listen. Olden times. This dude had to write me an email, several emails. He called me on the phone. I was roaming. I couldn't answer. This is how long ago this was. And I showed up, and he was like courting me for months, right? And I showed up, and he was like, oh my God, bitch, you're fat. And I was like, I tell everybody before I show up, I just want you to know, when I get there, I'm going to be fat. And they're just like, oh, you're so funny. I'm like, no, like, I just want you to know, when I get there, I'm going to be a fat person, which is fine with me, because obviously that's the situation that I'm in. I kind of sometimes, I like to think that I would like to feel like the kind of person who wants to be healthy and get into shape, but I actually am not that kind of person, and I'm not interested in that sort of thing. I stay out of it. You know, if that's your thing, I am all for you. Do it. I actually tried to incorporate some new, like, healthy things into my life. I started drinking a glass of water first thing when I wake up in the morning, because that's really important, right? It's supposed to get you started. Well, listen, it's been going great. I love drinking that glass of water until Thursday morning, when I walked into the front room and found two cats dipping their paws into my glass of water and taking drinks. So this is the life that I'm living. And, you know, I told those cats that they better get their shit together because I will have them killed. I've done it before. Scrambles, R.I.P., I love you forever. But listen, do me wrong, and I'm just gonna love them forever. Like, they, you know, they're perfect and beautiful. I just want you guys to know, as always, I have not been timing myself. So I'm gonna need Dan or somebody to tell me how long I've been going on here. But before we get to that, I know that David was talking about like being harassed by children based on his moles. And first of all, David, there's nothing wrong with moles. Moles are called beauty marks. So that just means you have extra beauty.
No.
For that extra booty. Okay, I'm sorry. That was way off topic. But I don't even know what we were talking about. Me being harassed by children. The children are not really that big of a deal. I mean, like, I'm used to it. Like, they grab at you and are like, what is this? Like, why are you fat right here? But these are the same kids, though, that come to your apartment and are like, why is your house a mess? And it's like, why don't you mind your own fucking business, little kid? So, I mean, it's that. It's not that big of a deal. We have been doing a lot around the house to pretend like we're healthy. Actually, we're not doing anything like that at all. We've been cooking, kind of, but mostly it's just like warming things up, and none of it is good for you. We're making like manwich and other weird like stuff like that white people eat. I never heard of it before. Oh, I didn't know, you guys, in case you didn't know, by the way my hair looks, I have a white husband. I didn't mention that. But I mean, I feel like you should know based on kind of like, you know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. Okay, so no, yeah, who's been harassing me more than fucking kids is Siri. Let me tell you, I have, oh, look, she just, okay, listen. Siri's been listening to all my conversations. She's in my business at all times. I got my Siri watch, right? And I put it on and she's like, oh, first of all, how tall are you? And like the shortest they had, I'm like scrolling down, it's like 5 feet. First of all, that's racist. And then I'm like, okay. So I push myself down to 5 feet, and then the weight zooms down to 100 pounds. And I was like, bitch, mind your own fucking business, Siri. And she's telling everybody too, because how I know is because when I'm playing Words with Friends, like the auto words that come play when you're playing against the game are words like fattest. Bitch, what?
Not sure I understand.
Like, see, I'm like, also escapism came up once and I was like, this is rude. I do like spending a lot of time with Words with Friends because my friends are on Words with Friends. And I have been deleting Words with friends if they have what I think looks like racist photographs. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I am an expert at racism and spotting it. Like, I'm really good at keeping my eye out for it. And you heard me earlier, Siri not letting me be under 5 feet tall, and then also body shaming me. Siri. Oh my gosh, she's gonna kill me in the night. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's get back on track. Yeah. So one of the things though I want to talk about, it's like me and my husband are a perfect match. One, he already knew that I was fat when we met. Two, like we have a lot of the same interests. Like we love Star Trek. We've been like spending a lot of time just like binging. Not Star Trek, but like binging Star Trek, but We're into it. We love it. We are members of a restaurant that does not take memberships. That's like how much we like to like get into it, right? But we have been fighting a little bit lately because I'm a secret eater. I mean, like, obviously, you guys know that I'm eating a lot of things because I talk about it a lot. And also, I don't try to hide it. And also, plus size skinny jeans. But, I mean, mostly, like, I don't want to tell people all the things that I'm eating. It's none of their fucking business. Seriously, stay out of my business. Don't tell them. So, but my husband's like, oh my God, we have South tonight. I got 10 pieces of chicken. And I'm just like, oh my God, they're gonna know that I'm eating 6 of those 10 pieces of chicken. And I think maybe people don't care. And then I remember that when I worked in an office still, not only did people care what I ate, they commented on it. And my boss actually told me that I should not wear a sleeveless shirt, no matter if it's 110 degrees or not, because my arms are as fat as her thighs. And so this is the kind of like thing that I've been experiencing my entire life. And, you know, it's fine with me because, I mean, I felt like that wasn't as bad as when someone told me that they thought my farts would smell worse because I'm fat. So there's like a lot of weird stuff. One of the things that I have never experienced is a special kind of fatism where people who lose weight like are accused of being on drugs. So luckily, you know, I like to keep it, you know, 150 Siri knows, but I asked her not to tell anybody. That, like, I don't even know what I was talking about just then. But yeah, for sure, I'm totally fat. But it's fine with me. I keep saying that, and I use the word because I don't think it's like saying short or tall or, ugly or stupid or whatever. Like, you know, so let me do what I'm gonna do. I do have a couple of problems though. My cousins, anytime they see me, like they grab at me and they're like, what is this? And they're just like grabbing whatever they can get hold of. Boobs, arms. I'm just like, listen guys, like we're too close of cousins for to be groping me this way. You know what I'm saying? Jackie knows what I'm saying. Just kidding. Okay. That's basically all I have. I don't really know how much time I've been doing. Okay, good.
Thank you so much.
I love you guys. I love you, Derek and Dan. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Amber. Round of applause. Thank you, Amber. That was great. I'm gonna bring on your next comedian. Your next comedian, ladies and everybody, is not only one of the best comedians in all of Sacramento, she is one of my dearest friends in the world. And I love her to death, you know, and if you ever wondered, I wonder what a flamingo in human form looks like. All you have to do is see your next comedian in a pair of pink jeans and you'll know. Unless she wears that big polar bear jacket of her too, and then she can't decide if she's a flamingo or a polar bear. So we'll let you decide. Please welcome Jackie Pearl.
Oh my God! Thank you. Yes, I'm just all the fuzzies. That's what I am. Furries. What are those people called? Yeah. It's really good to see some friendly faces. I've missed a bunch of you people, and I'm excited to see some of your new faces. I'm happy to hear your stuff. I haven't heard some of your stuff before, so I'm really excited about this. Yes, my name is Jackie Pearl. They call me the Blonde Flamingo. And there's a couple reasons for that. Basically, if you hang out with comedians, they find the most thing you're the most insecure about, and they just bug you about that, like, constantly. So I was talking with a friend of mine, and he said, you know, you kind of look like a bird. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, you kind of have like a beak-like nose. You know, my arms and legs are really gangly. Like, they wouldn't have to hire that balloon dude at the used car place. They could just have me out there doing it. I'd be fine. And when I'm doing live comedy, I'm almost always wearing fluffy clothes and pink. And so he said, "You look like the blonde flamingo. I'm going to start calling you the blonde flamingo." So that has taken over. And then I found out, he just kept going off. He said, and I often stand like with one foot crooked on my knee, you know, when I'm standing. And he just was insulting me so much. I had to put that foot down. But then I found out that a flock of flamingos is called a flamboyance. And I was like, sign me the fuck up, man. Me and all my gals will be the flamboyance of flamingos. Anyway, I feel like I was a little ahead of this COVID thing, because even back when live comedy was happening a year or so ago, I always preferred hugs to handshakes. I was never much of a handshaker. And there's a specific reason for that. And that is that every hand you've ever shook has probably had a dick in it. And I don't know whose. So, yeah, awkward. I have been through a lot of changes recently. Like everybody else, I had a COVID birthday last year. It wasn't very much fun. This whole last year hasn't been very much fun, but I turned 55 years old. And, yeah, give it up for still being alive. Woo! But my favorite Tinder date back before when we were doing this, because we thought this thing was going to be, we were going to be down for a month, 3 weeks at the most, right? Remember that when we had hope? We were like, my favorite Tinder date. He did not call me. He did not write happy birthday. He didn't send me a text. Like, absolutely nothing. Like, I let this dude stick his dick inside me. Nothing. And the dude is 30 years old. You'd think he could say 55, 30. I thought it was a big deal. So I got really upset. And I went in my bedroom by myself with my cat. Seems to be a cat theme here tonight. And I threw a complete full-blown temper tantrum. And I just blocked him on all the social media. I just went block, 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 block. What I didn't realize, though, is that these guys can find you on other social media and, like, slide in like a 12-year-old going to a water park for the first time. And he found me 4 days later and he said, "Oh my God," he said, "Jackie, I'm so sorry. I will make this up to you when we get out of lockdown. Happy birthday. I didn't realize it was your birthday," et cetera, et cetera. And I just looked at that. I thought, 30, I'm 55. And I just texted him, "Look who's crying over spoiled MILF now." And I blocked his ass on there too. So I'm gonna have to start all over again when this opens up. But yeah, I turned 55. I divorced my cheating husband. I was married for 25 years. He's a pharmacist, and I found out at about year 19 that he was prescribing himself an awful lot more Xanax, OxyContin, and strippers than I was comfortable with. And he didn't even invite me to that party. Like, that's where he screwed up. And then after living in Honolulu for 33 years, I decided to move to Sacramento. Why? Because my life did not suck enough at that point. I just figured, grab the barrel of kerosene, we'll start all over, we'll see what happens. And then I decided to do stand-up because it's a really sound financial choice for all of those, Yeah. So that's a little bit about me. I am dating for the first time since 1989. Like, that's how old I am. Like, the internet wasn't even born yet. Half of you probably weren't born yet in 89. I'm so old, my mother woke me up for the actual moon landing. I was 4. Like, this is how old I am, And it's just very weird. It's so strange. I used to go out and do this all in person. You guys all do it online now. It's crazy. So on one hand, I have my adult kids setting up my dating profile because, let's face it, they know more about the internet than I do. And then on the other hand, I have my 78-year-old mother trying to set me up with her widowed friends. So I'll move back to Minnesota, don't you know? Oh, yeah, sure, you betcha. And be there for her in her old age, yeah? This is my mom. "Oh, Jackie, don't you know? I saw Norm the other day. His wife died. You should call him." What, Mom? I'm 55 years old. Please stop trying to pimp me out. The funny thing is, if I went out with all the old men my mother thinks I should go out with, I have a dog barking. If I went out with all the old men my mother thinks I should go out with, I would actually be the slut she thinks I am. Yeah, I can't win. I can't win. I read an article the other day. It was about, Sophie, you got to get that dog. It was about middle age and what to expect with middle age. Okay. What should you expect with middle age? And I didn't like it very much. It was not fun to read. They said, you're going to get wrinkles. Okay. Yeah. Yep. That's probably true. They said you're going to have weird hair growing out of weird places. They said guys will no longer find you attractive. Like, I don't even know. It was on the internet. I don't even know why I read this damn thing. I didn't have to. I didn't have to write a paper on it or anything. I kept reading. They said your eyesight's going to start to fail you. They said you're going to start misplacing things. And they said you're going to be hormonal and bitchy. I was like, oh, wow, this sounds like an awful lot of fun. So I decided to rewrite the article. And here are my takes on those, okay? Wrinkles. Yes, I have wrinkles. They're all over. I'm going to have tons of them. And you know what? I've earned every damn smile line. I've earned every crease, every gray hair. I'm not going to get plastic surgery. I'm not dyeing my hair. When I'm 75 years old and my kids are home for Christmas, I want them to look across the table at me and know that they're the reason I look like this. And if they laugh as much as I do or love as hard as I have in my life, they too can have all this map on their face. It'll be fine. Go with it. The hair, yes. At my age, I have strange hairs growing out of all kinds of weird places. I have chin whiskers. I have back fur. I have split ends. I have these weird little hairs. They're eyelashes, I guess, but they're growing out of right there in the corner of your eye. If you're of a certain age, you know. You can't pluck them. They hurt like hell. You can't put mascara on them. They're worthless. So basically what I'm telling you is that, yes, in my old age, unbeknownst to me, I have become a free-range organic hair farmer. Guys will no longer find you attractive. That's just absolute bullshit. You know, have you never seen The Graduate? Since the dawn of time, guys have been attracted to anything they can put their dicks inside of. It's not going to go away because you hit this milestone birthday. Just stop it. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, and I'm telling you, even at 55, you too can find a Tinder date to block online. Your eyesight will start to fail you. I said, awesome. You know what? Think of it as beer goggles for old people. You guys look so much better across the bar when I can't see shit. So bring it on. I don't care. You'll start to misplace things. Yeah, you will, like keys and fake friends and cheating ex-husbands. And some of these things are just better off misplaced. And you know what? You've been misplacing your keys since you were 16. So give yourself a break. And then you're going to be hormonal and bitchy. Well, yeah, you are. You probably are. But here's the kicker, folks. I've realized that midlife is just basically, it's like puberty backwards. Like nobody, when you went through that first change in your life, nobody said to you, oh, you're no longer worth something. Suddenly you became the hot item in town. Woo! But yeah, it's just basically high school all over again. You know, you're going to be horny all the time. You have weird hair growing out of weird places. You're willing to try new and dangerous things like this thing called sex, this new thing called sex. Maybe even willing to have it like in the room next to other people. Like it really is high school. Shh, you'll wake up the kids is the exact same thing as shh, don't let my dad hear. You're starting over again. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm here to tell you that don't worry about it. You know, the funny thing is at this age, nobody in life is going, when are you going to get married? When are you having kids? Nobody gives a shit about who you're fucking. So it's your time, girl. Just nobody cares about your sex life anymore. You're too old and washed out. So go have one. Go have one. That's my advice to you. So I rewrote that article. And my name is Jackie Pearl, and I am the Blonde Flamingo. And thank you for being here with us tonight.
Woo! Thank you, Jackie. Woo! Now, I've heard as you get older, memory is the second thing to go. I don't remember the first. Thank you, Jackie. I'm going to bring on your next comedian now. Another one of the best comedians here in Sacramento. And not only that, but I've learned from her her that having saffron is very important. So on to that saffron. Please help me welcome Becky Lynn.
Oh my goodness. Hi, friends. I'm going to be really honest with you. My camera was off because I was inhaling a grilled cheese sandwich and I have really bad cramps right now. So you're not getting me at my best. And for that, I apologize. Wow. I've been working from home during the pandemic. I'm sure, I'm not the only one. It has been an adjustment because who else is working from home is my boyfriend. And here's the thing. I thought that this was going to be a lot of fun. I was like, oh yeah, this will be really hot. Like we're going to fuck on our lunch breaks. Like this is going to be a good time, And I was wrong. I was so wrong. Do you guys remember the guy at your office that used to make way too much small talk and would cook fish in the microwave in the break room? You guys remember that guy? Yeah, that guy's my coworker now, and he lives in my house. So I rarely leave my office, and I have a towel under the door. Things have been difficult. It's been a long year. I'm realizing about myself, I'm not as limber as I would like to be. I really have not been doing all the things I should have been doing to protect my body. And I'm trying to pinpoint the moment, right? I'm trying to pinpoint the moment between like the age of 21 and the age of 31, where I went from being too stressed out about getting stuck in a dress that was too small to being too stressed out about getting stuck in whatever position I have to contort my body into to wipe efficiently. I don't know if this is happening to anybody else. I feel like so many people bought bidets in 2020 because of the great toilet paper shortage. And in this house, that was not the reason. No. We were very much avoiding me getting stuck in the bathroom for 3 hours. So, it's been a journey. It really has. This will be fun. I don't know. How dark do you guys want me to go on this?
Dark!
Do it.
Pitch black.
I'm not actually going to go that dark. But I just wanted to know how morbid of people I was working with. I'm adopted. I am adopted. I'll share that. I'm adopted by white parents. What an honor. And really, give it up for me for finding my forever home. Here's the thing. It's like being a Black child adopted by white parents. It is what it is. My brother actually used to describe it. He used to describe me as a cat being raised by dogs. And I know it sounds strange, but bear with me, right? Because if you really give it some thought, right? Cats, very self-sufficient, clean, mind their own business, and most dogs are racist. So I actually thought it was a pretty accurate representation of my childhood. My parents, when they adopted me, they already had 4 children and 3 grandchildren. And usually when I tell people that, they're like, oh, wow. And they had so much love left to give. And I don't fucking buy it. I really don't. And I've recently come into a lot of time to think about it, and I'm pretty sure I figured it out, you guys. I'm pretty sure I have. I think this is what I think, because here's why it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me because I'm just trying to understand why a decently healthy 50-year-old couple would give up their best casino going years to deal with puberty for a 5th time. The math, it just doesn't add up. But this is what I think I've narrowed it down to. I'm pretty sure that my parents' biological children, I love them, bless them, beautiful people, my siblings, they're troubled, variety of things, addiction, mental illness, conservatism. And I think that my parents were really just trying to figure out how much of that was biologically their fault, So that's been a fun realization for me to make at 30, right? It was just that my entire childhood has been a nature versus nurture case study. You guys, that is all the time I'm doing tonight. I'm pretty sure I'm going to throw up this grilled cheese. But thank you so much. I've been Becky Lynn.
Becky, so good to see you again.
Thank you, Becky. Woo, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our next comedian is joining us from Houston, Texas. They're the owner and founder of Dem Dicks Comedy Incorporated. Please welcome Dem Dicks.
I never know where to look when I'm doing these things, so if my eyes are wandering, just go with them. I am here in Houston. I am trying to avoid COVID and the vaccine. Like, cause the vaccine's everywhere. It's all anybody can talk about is the vaccine, which is suspicious to me. Like, it's suspicious, and I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Let me just say that I'm not, but I'm also a slow vaxxer. Like, I want them to take their time. I'm treating the vaccine rollout like I treat an iPhone rollout. Like, I need you to work out the kinks. Like, I need us to get to like the version 11.5 before I actually take the vaccine. And here's what I don't get. I don't understand why all the big brain people who created vaccines, because I feel like it's a smart man's or smart woman's game. I don't want to be sexist, but I feel like it's a smart person's game, because I feel like Trump and Donald Trump Jr. are not in the basement making vaccines. I feel like that's not what's happening. So it's smart people. So I don't understand why, because there's like 50-11 vaccines. There's like millions of them. And I don't understand why didn't they just get together and say, hey, AstraZeneca, hey, Novartis, and I don't even think they have a vaccine, but fuck them too. Hey, Pfizer and the other one, Moderna, how about we just get together and mix all these vaccines together and make a vaccine that actually protects us from all the COVIDs? How about that? Or it makes us immortal, one or the other, like the one works. Because I just am not ready for this whole vaccine thing. I'm a little terrified of it. And I'm going to be honest, part of it is because I'm not sure if it's the mark of the beast or not. Like, I grew up in church. Even though I'm not as religious as I used to be, it's still in my psyche. And so anytime anything happens, at first I was like, is Trump the Antichrist? He could be. And then it's like, maybe not. Like, I don't know. And now it's the vaccine. I'm like, oh my God, is this the mark of the beast? Because like, I don't want to take it if it's the mark of the beast. Like, I don't. Like just think, I know a lot of people don't believe it, but like, if it's not the mark of the beast, then cool. But if it is, like, I don't want to have the mark if the devil comes calling. I'm gonna be like, here, beastie, come get me. Like, I don't want that to be the situation that I'm in. So I just don't want to, I don't want to take it. So little about me. I think I'm a tiny bit gay. Not all the way, but tiny bit, like, because lesbian porn, like, I dig lesbian porn. Like, I don't know if anybody else, but like, that's my shit. Like, I love that, like, two hot chicks just tribbing, scissoring it up together. That's my shit. And I know some guys are probably like, well, obviously I'm gay too. But I love that shit because it's sort of beautiful. And also women's asses. Have you seen women's asses? Women's asses are awesome. Like the big donk asses, the big ones. Like, those are cool, but like, I like the little handful of asses too. Those are adorable. And that's probably because I don't have like a good ass. Like, I feel like when God was giving out asses, he did me dirty. Like Serena got like some of my ass. Serena Williams, she got some of the ass I was probably supposed to get. My ass is like if somebody who had never an ass tried to draw an ass from memory. Like that's the ass I'm working with. So, but part of I also, I don't like, because like porn has a lot of dicks. Like, dicks are big in porn. But you got to be ready for dicks. You got to be ready for dicks because porn has like the big, huge, super dicks. You gotta be ready for all that raw masculine like they digging a hole. And like, now I will admit that lady porn does suffer from like some rhythm issues. Like sometimes when the women are bumping uglies like out of time, it's a little disconcerting. Like sometimes one lady will be grinding faster than the porn music. That's annoying. But aside from that, it's pretty good. But like, And I'm gonna be honest. The thing is, I don't like big dicks. Like I hold it down for the small to medium contingent. So I don't like the gigantic dicks. And so porn has like the big super dicks. And I don't know if anybody's seen like the torpedo dick. Like the torpedo, it's like the dick that's small on the end, but it gets progressively bigger. So it's always a shock to your system. And so I just feel bad for the girl that's getting fucked because she can't be enjoying that. I don't care what she says, she can't be enjoying that. And like the dicks are so big. Like I literally saw a porn the other day where the guy had to have like a 30-inch dick. It's ridiculous. He literally had to stand in the door of this room to fuck this woman. Like I feel like that's mad wasteful. Like it's mad wasteful. Because only like 6 or 7 inches, maybe 10 on a good day, was actually in the vagina. So the rest of that is just real estate, just hanging out there. Like I couldn't even focus on the fucking part because I was like trying to figure out like what he could advertise on all that dick. I was like, what could he advertise? Could he advertise like Pinks, Nathan's, Kielbasa, corn dogs? What? Like my mind was awash in ideas of what he could like actually advertise, so I couldn't focus. And because I can't do the big dick thing. I can't. Like I can't have you just rummaging around in there like you lost your keys and you're trying to find them with your dick. I can't. Like, cause like my insurance is not set up like that. Like, and I barely got insurance. And according to the doctor, my uterus is in upside down and backwards. Apparently my uterus is in retrograde. So I can't deal with all of that big penis energy. I just can't. I can't because and men want to do like weird shit, like they want to blow your back out. Like I can't. You can't do that. Can't do it, especially you unemployed motherfuckers. If you don't have good insurance, like if you can't add to your coverage at work, then blowing my back out should not be in your game plan. Knocking the bottom out, no. My insurance covers maybe tapping lightly. Maybe just a soft wave and then saying hi. That's what insurance covers. Like if you gotta pay for blowing my back out of pocket and you have a Metro deductible, you need to calm the fuck down. Fuck responsibly. Anyway, that's my time because my dogs are about to get crunk.
Thank you, damn. Woo! Everyone, we have got one last comedian for tonight. I'm so excited to introduce her to you. She's the host of Fat Chicks on Top podcast. Please give a warm welcome to Auntie Vice.
Woo! Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show. It's good to be back. Joining you here from the Zoom void. Yeah, everybody's been talking about, 1 year and doing this, and I was setting up tonight, and I realized, for over 200 times in the last year, I've set up lighting, sound equipment, and cameras in my room to do either a performance or teaching, and I really missed out on the opportunity to shoot some really well-lit home porn. Like, it's just a missed opportunity. I mean, I've shot it before, but it didn't have the lighting and the sound equipment that I do now. Like, it makes a difference. And I'll be honest. I had a partner for a while. He loved to shoot home movies, right? And after we broke up, I thought I got rid of them all off my computer, right? Because he sent me copies, whatever. And I'm dating the man I've been dating for the last 5 years. It was early in the relationship, and he had to go on my computer to do something. And then he came up to me later and says, I have a confession. He's like, I found your sex movie. And I said the exact wrong thing, which was, which one? Which is, it's not the best response. But he's like, yeah. You didn't really look like you were that into it. I said, I wasn't most of the time. I said, I was probably faking it. He's like, yeah, you don't sound like that with me. And I just have to give you the advice. If you're going to make a home movie, fake it. So when your long-term partner finds you, like, they're not jealous. And now he's hella competitive. If he thinks I'm faking it, he will throw his back into it and get really fucking serious. It's fantastic. The advantage of shooting home porn. Yeah, no, it's been an interesting year. I'm glad adults are back in control. You know, at the national level, it's nice to have some grown-ups in there. And I'll admit, Biden was not my first choice for a Democrat. Part of it is because Biden's the nice dad, right? And I grew up like the level of relative that came to get you out of the shit you got into determined how much shit you were really in. So like, if my dad would come like pick me up when I got in trouble at school, it's probably because like I insulted a teacher, did something stupid, and just had to go home for the day, or like apologize. If they sent my mom in, I was like facing suspension, and it like got progressively more serious until you get like the transgender lesbian aunt who's like 62. She's a social worker and has really seen some shit, and she was the one like if I was ever in jail and needed an abortion, she'd be the one I'd call. And we're like at trans lesbian aunt level fucked up in this country, but we got the nice dad, right? And I mean, nice dad may get us back to where we were 4 years ago, but you know, that's about it. Like, my choice was Stacey Abrams. Like, I'm pretty sure as an aunt, if you called her when you were in a fucked up situation, she'd get you out of it. But then she'd have like a 17-step plan for you to correct your shit and keep your shit out of it. And like, that's who we needed in there. So yeah, I mean, it makes it a little more restful. I actually, the last 4 years took a hell of a toll on my mental health. I live with bipolar. I was diagnosed with bipolar over 30 years ago. And for the most part, it was under control. And this year, I finally broke down, went back into my doctor and said, I need some stuff for anxiety. And she's like, she just had like everything ready because every patient was coming into her. She's like, yeah, we need to be pumping this shit into the water system. Because, oh my God, like, yeah, nobody had a question about it. It was like, no, we're just take what you need. She didn't even ask for an explanation. It was just like 2020, yeah, Lexapro. Here you go, sponsors. Now it's been crazy. So, it kills my sex drive, which is hard because my day job is writing about sex and writing erotica. Like it's what I do for a living. And it's very strange to be somebody who spends all day talking and reading and writing about sex, and then I don't want to have any. It's kind of a bummer. And part of it is just timing. Like, I'm older now. I'll be 47 in 2 weeks. And honest to God, like, if it doesn't happen before 7 p.m., it's not going. I can't do it at night anymore. Like, I have a whole routine. We both have CPAP machines. Like, I wear a night guard. Like, this shit ain't romantic anymore. Like, I got to cut off. And I used to be a big morning sex girl. I did. I loved morning sex. Cleaning routine was built there. Good way to get your day started. But now I developed lupus and a couple of other things that gives me really bad arthritis. So now I'm like a brunch hour sex girl. Like, I need the coffee. I need my painkillers to kick in and all of that because, you try morning sex and the best hand job you're going to get me is like making a Play-Doh snake because I ain't making a fist that early in the morning. And it's not cute. It's not cute. Luckily, the man I'm with, he's only a couple years younger than me. He's aging too. For me, it hasn't been too bad. Like, I knew what was coming, right? I'm a big-titted girl. I have H cups, as in holy hell, those are huge. Like, yours are not. Right. Right? And for long, like, I mean, it's like having two chickens riding around in a bra here. And, like, it's one of those things, like, as I've started with over the whole lockdown and stuff, my health got better, so I started to lose weight. But I didn't lose weight in my titties, so now I'm starting to look a little top-heavy. And I knew carrying around that much, they'd eventually fall. Like, this was going to be a thing. Bigger they are, the harder they fall, right? And yeah, it happened. Like, at 21, my nice little D cups were like some Midwestern chick, like freshman in college, going, hey, how are you? Making eye contact, wanting to know where the party was, needing to be strapped down so they didn't go crazy. Shit, at 47, they're like an angry New Yorker who's just facing the ground trying to get one point to the other without harassment. Right? It's true. Like, I have fucking rebar for underwire. I think I got more support in this damn thing than like the Millennial Tower in San Francisco. And I can say that because mine are at least even, right? Damn tower's leaning 18 degrees. But luckily, I'm with a partner who's also aging and seeing it. And unfortunately, he dates me, which probably makes it harder. And as his hair started to go gray and white, I started telling him, yeah, man, you're gentrifying. The whites are coming in, pushing out all the blacks. Like, he was not happy about that analogy. So now, of course, I've had to take it. Like most people, you start with a stupid joke and then you write it 100 times. So now I have a whole zoning project going on in his head. Like, if he won't pick it out and it starts to get nappy, I'll tell him he's making cul-de-sacs and his gangs are gathering, so we got to break it up, I call his bald spot fucking Lake Tahoe. And I'll tell him climate change is coming in because the lake's getting better. Right? It makes it hard. The other thing is, like, well, I expected my titties to drop. He wasn't ready for his balls to drop. And if you've dated dudes over 40, like, I swear to God, you can sit there, and if you did a tattoo line where their balls were every year over 40, it'd be rings of a tree. By 60, you have goddamn rings of a tree. But, I mean, it's one of those things that, like, it happens. And you adjust. We've had to adjust our sex life, right? It's why most men over 40 think women have discovered you have to play with the boys during a blowjob, right? Because you're sitting there and you're just trying to keep them off your goddamn face. Like, it's not for their pleasure. It's goddamn survival tactics. Like, otherwise it's just like this wet, sweaty gym towel choking you out. And so, yeah, you just have to angle them. So I now have a new rule. If you're over 45 and you want a 69, dude's on bottom. It's just how it's got to go. Okay, thank you, Dan, for having me on. That's my time. It's good to see all of you. I've missed some of you. Good to see you.
Thank you, Auntie Vice.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you for all of our comedians. That's going to be our show for tonight, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to all the comedians on the show tonight. Thank you to Stab Comedy. Happy quarantine-aversary, Stab Comedy. Also, happy early birthday to Auntie Vice.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Happy birthday, Auntie Vice.
Thank you.
Anyways, thank you again. And join us again on the 26th at our regularly scheduled time, fourth Friday of the month, 9 p.m. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
Thanks, everybody. It was really wonderful to hear
Thank
your stuff.
you, Dan, and everybody. Dem, Amber, David, Jackie, Rebecca, Auntie Vice, Sophia. Thank you, everybody. Another great Body Pozi comedy show. We're not done. We're not done. We still have one more show, another hour of stand-up. That's coming up at 9 o'clock, meaning we've got about 20 minutes to kill here. So we're going to go back to our videos from all of our friends. Let's get started with a Jack Brown, I think. Just a little bit of Jack Brown. Let's see if this works. It's always fun to... it's always such anxiety trying to make sure this... Okay, hold on.
Wow, what an honor it is to receive this award after the journey that I've been on. To be honest, there were times I didn't think I was going to make it, so I need to say thank you to everyone who made sure that I did. My dad, I love you. It's my son. I love him and I love golf. My mama, my wonderful mom. Oh, super proud. Denny for letting me use his inhaler.
Haha, you killed it, G.
Special thanks to Santa for the presents. Namaste to Daxter for teaching me yoga. My guy, Zac Efron.
Get your head in the Kings game.
To the Yao Ming fan twins who love me half as much as they love Yao Ming, which is still a lot.
Come on.
Thank you to Lifton Larry Lilycrap.
Yeah, baby.
For giving me strength physically and emotionally. Cheers to Mikey for the bruise. And Mikhail for the conversation. European guy for your energy. Yep, there it is. White Morpheus, enough said. Boss bitch for your wisdom.
Cheers.
Dr. Fredrickson for healing me. To Dr. Shredrickson for showing me that it's okay to be hot. Small Paul for being an absolute menace on the keyboards. Steve from Blue's Clues for teaching me how to skidoo. Ref Rap for being fair, always. John Carpenter for the movies.
Action.
Doug Turpin for teaching me that rubbing is racing.
Doug Turpin.
Dale Shornacki, over here, Dale. Yeah, thanks for the news. Scoopy the Bee for your sex appeal. Greg the Cowboy for the stories. To the Smooth Criminal for hitting and striking me. Chair for not letting labels define you. To Mr. Chunk for your music.
Good job.
Thanks to David Swimmer for going fast. Jack Nicholson for always being yourself.
Way to go.
I want to thank the Rulatista for defying the odds.
This one's for you.
Jeff Brain for doing a home run. To Luis Dan Subscripto, the real estate luchador.
Real estate.
Slenderman for spooking me. Wait, I actually don't know who that is out. Santa. Thanks to Big Hat for having Big Hat. Sleepin' Sam Duncanson for, he's sleeping. Who else? Shout out to Dusty Gooch, the sneezy chef. To old Gatsby boy. Screamer for that. Pickle Bill, you're a legend, bro.
I'm Pickle Bill.
And of course, my evil twin brother Benno for showing me what not to do. Thank you all so much. We did it. Thanks.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Luke Soyan. This is the Epic Tiki YouTube channel. My name's not Epic Tiki, but it's the name of the channel. This episode of the vlog is brought to you by Home Depot. That's right, Home Depot. Get all your one-stop shop for your home, where you can make the improvement of your home. So in this episode today, we're going to be talking about a brand new celebrity that I didn't know about, Daisy Keech. Daisy Keech, she is hot, and so she was in a hype house. There was a lot of hype around his house. This is her bio. She was in a hype house. Then she was... now she's in a clubhouse. Has nothing to do with porn. Totally should be porn, and it's not. She put out this video where she is going to buy a Jeep. So we're gonna watch this video. I'm gonna talk about it. I have so many ideas for... Look, it would be the first easiest thing to say, easy access, so I'm not going to say it. What I am going to say is, that's some hot girl confidence to wear pants like that, because if she ever shits her pants, everybody gonna know. And I'm going to tell you from experience, I've never worn pants like that, but I have shit my pants. As an adult, over 25, I've shit my pants, and if I was wearing those pants, my social life would be over, but she put it on YouTube, so... I think there's more talent here than we realize. And I'm not talking about she's hot. I mean talent, like the good talent.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Clubhouse channel. We're at Jeep today, and they are going to be customizing me a Jeep, and I brought my friends to help me out because they know a lot about like outdoor stuff. So they're gonna...
Okay. There's a quarantine going on, right? You can't be hot when you're wearing a mask, but their camera people have to wear masks. They have to wear gloves, but these ladies are so hot they cannot be infected with coronavirus. I don't know why the CDC hasn't put out the information, but if you're hot, you can't get it. I would like to get tested. I don't know if I could get tested for how hot I am. Am I hot enough? Comment, subscribe below.
Hello.
Hello, how are we doing today?
Good, how are you?
So it looks like we're going to be building a Jeep for you.
Yes, I'm so excited. I always wanted to be a little girl.
The good thing is I actually have one here that we can show you. So anyhow, some of the things I noticed in your picture.
You know what he's noticing in her picture? Also, I feel like he's one of their dads. I don't think this is like actually like a dealership. I mean, it's a dealership, but I think it's like Daisy's dad or Ashley or Ashley's dad. I don't know what the other ones' names are, but their names are Ashley to me.
We're gonna do a Falcon tire, which is gonna have that real off-road look, even though I know you're probably not gonna use it much off-road.
Okay, that's sexist. Come on, Dad. She might still be off-road, okay? Just give her a shot, you know?
Let's go take a look at your vehicle.
Yay! Oh, I'm so excited.
This is so cute.
I'm so excited.
Everyone is wearing masks except for these girls and the dealer guy.
Let's go take a look at your vehicle. Check it out.
It's so cute.
How do I get in? Do I step? Look, I will say this. I am shitting on these girls, but I would also like it for them to shit on me.
They have a few different engine options. They have a V6, they have a 2-liter turbo that really flies. Yeah.
Cool. I have no idea what that means, but cool.
It's fast.
I don't know what that means either. I don't know cars. Should I be in this video? I should be in the clubhouse. I could be in the clubhouse.
Pozi, what do you think so far?
Like I'm smiling so much my cheeks hurt. I have like cotton mouth because I'm so excited.
Who do you know that gets cottonmouth when they're excited? I saw that Avengers in the theater. I didn't get cottonmouth.
So I want to take this Jeep off-road as soon as possible, and if you guys can get this video to 10,000 likes, I'll film it and we can go off-roading together.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Daisy.
Come on, I want to introduce you to one of our other clients that's actually having a vehicle built. We're doing a Mopar Gladiator for him. Excuse me, this is STABernacle.
Hi, how are you?
See, I didn't know that guy was old though until I saw like his carpal tunnel device. So he clearly is old and gross. I don't know. He has to be one of their dads. There's no way that they would talk to him at all.
You still have a safe Jeep, right?
I know, by the way. Sorry, I'm Daisy. Hi.
There's like a lighting guy behind the counter. The lighting has to be so good that they have a guy behind the counter. You're not a movie. This is a vlog. Do I have light set up? Maybe, okay? Maybe I have light. I don't have it behind a counter. It's above my head.
Can we make one TikTok?
That one girl put it.
Daisy. Hi. Charlie. Hi. Nice to meet you.
They just introduced them all again and I still don't know their names.
Can we make one TikTok?
Why are we laughing?
The choreography. It's like, that's like next level. It's like most of TikTok, Daisy Keach and her Ashley friends and random fangirl. She's probably like a Samantha. Not as good as the Ashley. I feel like in the hierarchy, it's like Samantha, Christine, Ashley, Daisy. You know, like Daisy's like pretty cool name. Ashley's like pretty cool name. And then you start to get down. You're like, Christine, Christina, Kristen, Kirsten. Ugh.
Literally, you guys are like the only influencers I follow. Like, I don't follow anybody else that's like verified or like over a certain amount because like nobody else spreads positivity like you guys do. So, I was like,
One time someone after a set said my joke was really good and I did that.
you guys, I'm like, what did you do like normal people? It's like,
Look at this guy. This guy, he's like, sup girl, I just turned 12.
I don't practice Santeria.
I stole my friend's vape. Do you want to see my room? He's being so cool. Yeah, I'm here too, but like, whatever, dude. Can I see your tits?
not only are you like nice in your vlogs and you don't come off as standoffish, but now I can know that like you're nice in person. Like what?
What?
What? Like, that's like the best thing ever. Like, well, good luck with your videos. So amazing. It's nice to meet you.
Okay, do good in
Oh hell yeah, he got that hug, dog.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I had so much fun.
Comment below what you guys want us to do in Daisy's Jeep.
Threesome.
And don't forget, if this gets 10,000 likes, we'll film off-roading.
Don't forget, 10,000 likes, off-roading.
Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, don't forget to check us out on all our socials.
She said it better than I ever could, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. My name is Luke Soyan. I'm a vlogger now. Because like, comment, subscribe, Daisy Keach as well. And if you have a dad and he can be in your videos and sell you a car, that's how you get... My dad is dead, so I cannot do... What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Luke Soyan. This is the Epic Tiki YouTube channel. My name's not Epic Tiki, but it's the name of the channel. This episode of the vlog is brought to you by...
In these uncertain times. Yeah, I don't think so. There's nothing uncertain about a powerful, rugged Ford F-150, a truck that works hard for the people who work even harder. They're built for tough to get the job done. And oh yeah, here's one more thing for certain. Trucks are boys. What does that mean? Shut up, Buttercup. Truck people understand. So next time you go out and get a drink with the boys, make sure you stop by the gas station, cause your other boy drinks gasoline, cause he's a truck. Still confused? Well then maybe a truck isn't for you. You might be more suited to a tricycle and a gender reveal soiree, you stupid. Did I swear? Oh, I'm sorry, but it made my boy laugh. His laugh sounds like and it comes from his 450 horsepower engine. We can still go on a date later, honey, but I gotta bring my boy as a third wheel. And he has 4 wheels, because yeah, he's a truck. I might kiss him too, who cares, it's not a big deal. Can you believe that they finally let me, Dennis Leary, write one of these ads? All it took was a pandemic. But thankfully I can make up for lost time with how fast my boy goes on the highway, even when towing up to 6,000 pounds of payload. Oh, your boy can bench press 285? That's cute. My boy's cute too. And he's funny, knows the latest sports talk, and he can sing thanks to his built-in Sirius XM radio. You should hear my boy rip into some Dropkick Murphys. It's wicked epic. Still don't think trucks are boys? Explain truck nuts, you dumb cuck. So get yourself a Ford truck that has more torque than a city slicker trying to order a locally sourced Venti Frappe Grande Mocha Latte with oat milk and 2 pumps of foam while trying not to mansplain to the barista. They'll still get your name wrong in the cup, but you can't get a Ford truck's name wrong because his name is Ford and he's a... do I even have to say it? He's a boy. Take it from me, you're gonna want this truck more than that squirrel wanted his nut in Ice Age, a movie I was in. And now my boy, who is a truck, is powered by the bones of those characters. Dinosaur fuel, baby. And he needs it all the time because his gas mileage is lower than your great aunt at a limbo party for swingers. My boy consumes and consumes, never contributing anything to society except hastening the impending heat death of the universe and exacerbating global warming. So get one, or don't. See if I care. If you need me, I'll be kissing my truck, who is a boy. Ford, trucks are boys.
Hi, I'm Mona. I'm from the United States.
And I am Nosferatu.
And we're doing the K1 visa process.
We have to decide if we are going to get married in 90 days. When I first got to America, I was very excited to see Mona. This is a big house.
Yes, use it during the day and night.
Day and night, wow.
Hey Google, turn on the lights.
Sorry, it looks like Remote is unavailable right now.
Who said that?
I have 2 kids, and that's a bit of an adjustment for Nosferatu.
Get up!
We got there.
No, go! Go!
Use the commands.
Go back in your room.
Yeah, there's struggles. I got you something to make you feel more at home.
You shouldn't have.
We have our ups and downs.
Can you turn it off? Just give us a second. In the tub, there's hair. In the toilet, there's hair.
This is what you wanted from me. You knew this before you came here.
I see cat people and they took up their hair.
I'm not a cat.
Yeah, there's struggles. There's been struggles. I think we'll get through it. And now we're just hoping to live happily ever after together.
Oh, what up, game?
second guess what you're going to see in about 5.5 minutes. Hey everybody, it's the top of the hour, and here at Stab Comedy Theater, while remaining closed for a year, we like to keep some traditions. And the one that we hold dearest to our heart is not starting a comedy show on time. So, go ahead, grab yourself some snacks, get something to drink, get comfy cozy, share out the link with your friends and folks and friendlies that aren't already in the stream. Because live comedy in the apocalypse will begin in about 2.5 minutes. Welcome to the virtual Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for live comedy in the apocalypse. Please welcome to your screen your host, Maddie Nishimi.
Yay, it's me. I'm Maddie Nishimi. I am really excited tonight because I booked all of my friends, and all of my friends are hilarious. So we're going to have a really great show, and I'm really excited. But I'm going to kick it off with a few jokes. I think about my funeral a lot, but just about what people will say. So I think it's more narcissistic than suicidal. Don't think we need to tell my therapist about that one. But I don't want my funeral to be sad because, you know, it's mainstream and I have to be offbeat. So I've decided my funeral should be a roast. And this is such a good idea that I have written roasts in advance for when I die, just to get the ball rolling, you know, so that everyone's prepared. The first one I wrote is for in case I get shot, because, you know, this is America. That's very likely. So if I get shot, I'm going to have somebody go up and they're going to say, you know, Maddie was never much of a drinker, but so it's pretty crazy that she went out with a shot. I also wrote one specifically for my sister, because she's my sister, of course, and she'll have to speak at my funeral. I'll force her or I'll haunt her if she doesn't. So if she were going to speak at my funeral, she'd say, one time Maddie and I went skiing together, and on the way down the mountain, she started crying. It was then that I knew she would die an early death. I also have one written for if I'm in a car crash, because I'm a very bad driver, and that is also very likely. So, you know, somebody will get up and they'll say, Maddie wrote jokes the way that she drove, poorly. It'd be great. Speaking of dying, I think kids have it too easy getting into heaven. I don't think it's hard enough for them. You know, they haven't had time to make mistakes. They haven't had time to make hard choices. They weren't in the wrong place at the wrong time on March 17th, 2015. That might just be me. My therapist says I have a tendency to isolate myself. And, you know, I said, I don't know about that. I'm going to have to think about it alone for a while. But he was really persistent, and he was like, no, really, you have to go meet people and like talk to people. And then the CDC said that we all had to stay inside for a year. And now I don't have to listen to anything my therapist says. One of my favorite things over the pandemic has been all of the fun commercials that have come out of it. They're all pretty crazy. One of my favorite ones was from IKEA. Their shtick, their way of convincing you to come, was to say that, hey, when this is all over, you'll want to have your friends over again. So you should buy our furniture so that you can show them your sick IKEA furniture when it's time to have parties again. So that was their shtick. But I came up with a better one for them, I think, which is, hey, did you get evicted from your apartment? Probably need some new furniture. I have one more joke before I pass it on to some of my very good friends, and it's about the year 2020. For me, it was like the movie It's a Wonderful Life. At the beginning, I wanted to kill myself, and at the end, it was Christmas. That's all for me. I'm very excited to announce one of my very best friends who is working at the same time as he's doing this. Please give it up for Bodi.
Hey guys, hey, that's me. God, my hair looks a mess tonight. I apologize for that. Yeah, I'm at work. They are selling drugs right behind me legally, so that's really cool. Thank you guys for joining us. If you're over on Twitch, I'll be over there chatting throughout after the show or during the show, so that'll be really fun. Let's do some jokes. So I had a question for anybody at home, and if you're in the chat, you can go ahead and answer. Anyone here ever fall asleep while masturbating? Probably the right kind of conversation to have at work. Anyone here ever fall asleep while masturbating while visiting family in another state? Anybody here ever fall asleep while masturbating while visiting family in another state, only to be woken up by your great grandma with your genitals still in your hand? No, I'm guessing we have different trauma then. So 2020 was really weird for people, and I kind of was gotten used to the idea of just lying to everyone and telling them that I was doing fine. But the other night, started to cry over a bag of gummy bears. Now, if I'm being honest with you, I did have more than half the 10-pound bag left. I just knew that the end was near, and something hit me deep in emotion, you know. Been having a lot of like downtime in the apocalypse. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do some research, you know. So I started to look up things about sex and stuff in case I ever get to have it again. I remember it being pretty cool. So hopefully it's the same after the apocalypse. But some things I was reading about sex. Did you guys know that between 500 and 1,000 people die every single year but because of autoerotic asphyxiation? People know what that is? I think you guys do, especially the Twitch chat. You guys definitely know what autoerotic asphyxiation is, which is pretty terrifying. Like that's 1,000 people dying every year from choking themselves while coming. But then I started to think, how good does that orgasm have to be? I don't know. Maybe it is worth it. I also read that women can lose their sex drive from wearing high heels, which I found really disturbing, especially because I only wear high heels to feel sexy. That was kind of a bummer, to be honest with you guys. We have a large group of people here tonight. There's no time, so I'm gonna do one last joke, and then I'm out of here. Hey, my boss just showed up. Hey guys, I'm doing it. So I was just wondering if any of you guys at home, you can come up. Yeah, come on, say hi. Hey guys, yeah. I was wondering if any of you guys at home work in an office job. Yeah, they tend to be miserable. I will say, though, I do have a tip for you guys. If you do work at an office job and maybe you're not allowed to get high at work, like I am, and maybe you forget to, you get high before work and you forget to clear eyes those red eyes, and some asshole at work asks you why your eyes are red. You can just tell them this. Tell them you were up all night with your dog who had eaten a piece of chocolate. You're so worried about the poor pup that you didn't get any sleep. They'll be so worried about your dog that they won't even think that you might be high before the 10 o'clock meeting. However, you do have to remember this lie, because if the warehouse guy asks you and tell him something different, you might have to spend your lunch taking a piss test. And because you got high before work, you'll have to call your uncle to piss into a condom so that you have clean pee. And because you're a stoner, you'll forget something to poke that condom with once you get to the pee center, and you'll have to use your teeth. Then you'll have to hand the piss to your uncle's piss with splatter all over your shirt and look him dead in the eye and say, just a really bad day. Either that or don't smoke weed before work. Those are my only two options. Maddie, this has been super fun. Thank you. And everyone, good night.
Hey, give it up for Buddy from your own houses where none of us can hear you. It'll be great. I want to introduce your next comedian. She's a good friend of mine, and she's coming to us all the way from Southern California. Please give it up for Lauren Wong.
Hi. Okay. I don't have a job. I am a college student. That is what I am doing right now. And it's actually pretty lame because I transferred to my new college in a pandemic, which is like, I mean, the good part is now I have an excuse for why I'm not making any friends, but like the bad part is I'm not making friends. So, like, how do you make friends in a pandemic? And then I realized, I don't know, I didn't have you seen her, like, Tinder, obviously. That's why everyone's on there, to make friends. So I consider myself a pretty good Tinder user, you know what I mean? Like, I don't catfish people. In fact, the first thing I ask people when we match is cake or pizza. And then like they usually get confused too. And then they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, oh, because cake is what you're gonna get if I show up with makeup on, and pizza is what I'm gonna look like without it. And that's just like my cute, quirky way of saying I have bad skin, have not been getting responses after I say that. But to be fair, like I said, we are in a pandemic. So I'm sure they're just like being safe, and I respect that. Was I getting responses before? No, but the fact is now we are in a pandemic, so that is the reason. That makes a lot of sense now. But it's fine. Dating is hard because people are not attractive, but that's not my problem. My thing is like I don't even have a racial bias, so I don't get why dating is hard for me. Because I don't care about race. I know how some people say they don't care about race, but they really do. But like I like actually don't, because I'm like better than most people, I guess you could say. So like it really bothered me when my friend said this to me. She was like, "Hey Lauren, I bet you're gonna marry this type of person." And I was like, "Wait, girl, I don't care about race. Like, what do you mean?" And she was like, "No, I know. I can just see you with a white guy." I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. No offense to white guys. This is Twitch, so I know you guys are watching, but that was really offensive, you know, just because like what non-white person wants to hear like, I can just see you with the white guy, like what do you mean you can see me with the white guy? Like painting his nails? Like what do you mean? I hope no one laughed at that. That's fucked up. Don't laugh at that. But yeah, so you know, like yeah, racial bias is serious when dating, especially like for people of color. For Asian girls specifically, something I get like fetishized a lot for is looking like an anime character. And you know, that's kind of my fault for having colored hair. I blame my parents for being Asian and giving me big titties, but like the colored hair was all on me, so that's my fault. My sisters, this is like, I know I look like an anime character because it's something that my sisters, who are usually mean to me, will say to me. Specifically, they say I look like the rejected first draft of an anime character, but like it's still an anime character, you know? So that's why like, joke's on them though, because I actually have been told that I inspired an anime character someone was working on. Does anybody here watch anime? If you do, I feel like you guys might have watched it. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it's really popular. Shit, I forgot the name. It's called Hentai, I think. Yeah. If anyone's watched it, let me know. I've heard like my roommate told me that he watches it a lot, so like that's cool, great for him. Just kidding. If anyone doesn't know what hentai is, or like you're pretending not to, it's just Japanese cartoon porn. So like, I'll pray for all of you who thought that was funny. But yeah, for my next joke, I don't have hair for that one, so I'll just do that real quick. Dating hasn't been going well for me, but as for making friends, I am actually doing well in that, specifically female friends. And it's weird because it's specifically after I shaved my head, a lot of girls started being way nicer to me. Like they just come up to me or they'd flood my DMs like, "Hey, what's your major?" Or like, "What school do you go to?" Or like, "Are you a friend of Ellen's?" And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, these are such random questions. Like, who is Ellen? But I don't know. I'm down with being friends with her, whoever she is. Like I said, always open to making new friends, specifically female friends, because I am a feminist. Okay, I would prove it, but like shit, I think I left my feminist ID card with my Antifa card somewhere. So like, I'll get back to y'all on that. But I guess another way I can prove it to you is I'll tell you something we've been talking about in our like underground cult meetings. A lot of girls are trying to reclaim words like slut and hoe, like, yes, I am a slut, yes, I am a hoe. And that's all cool, but like, obviously not everyone's comfortable with saying that. But it's also weird to say like, I'm sexually active, because like, no one who's sexually active says they're sexually active. So if you don't want to call yourself a slut, but like, you don't want to sound like you wear a vagina hat, I have come up with alternatives. It's a work in progress, but I think they're pretty good. The first one is labia majora. You know, like that one's okay. If you understand female genitalia, you get it. But it has the word whore in it, so it's too close to slut and hoe, so that one's not gonna work. The second one, it's pretty good, but it's not my favorite. Just say that you're actively post-virgin. You know what I mean? Like you were a virgin, but not anymore, and you're actively proving that time and again. You know what I mean? Actively. And then this last one is my favorite one, and I'm pretty sure it's catching on already. Just say that you have an outgoing vagina, ladies. Like, you know, it's very sociable. It likes to go out on the town, meet a lot of new penises. It's just a really friendly vagina. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm pretty sure it's catching on. I don't know if you guys have heard that song. It's by this like girl band. They're called like City Girls, and it's like, this pussy talk English, Spanish, and French. This pussy talk euros, dollars, and yens. And I was like, wait, did you guys hear my joke? Like personifying pussies, like that's genius. And you know, in the spirit of honesty, personally, this pussy don't talk. It's quiet. It's really quiet down here. But it's fine, you know. It's just, it has what people would call social anxiety, but you know what people say, like pussy like owner. So it's just comfortable with the few fingers it's known its entire life. It's like in the talking stage with a toy right now. I'm joking. Like, we've been in a pandemic, guys. This way beyond the talking stage now. They're like a married couple, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's how my quarantine's been going. And that is all I have for today. I will give it back to our beautiful, gorgeous host, Maddie.
These are lies about me. None of those words are true. But I'm so happy because I have another great friend of mine coming up. Let's all clap again in our houses where no one can hear us for Celeste Winter.
Thank you so much, Maddie. God bless, God bless. So we're in a pandemic. It's crazy, crazy stuff. I've been doing a lot of psychedelics to kind of live my life. So yeah, I have, a splash of brain damage, which is fine. I think it's cute. I think really it just means I'm fun at parties, because it's like, yes, I have contact with aliens, yes, we talk, we text, they're in my DMs, and you're mad about it? Guys, it's casual, I swear. Why? Did they say something about me? Oh my God, tell me, you guys, tell me. Okay, cool, nobody's talking. I'm kind of jealous of people who claim that they've been abducted by aliens, because we'll invite, I'm not saying I want to be abducted, but I'm free on Saturday and I'm not doing anything and I can pack a bag. Thank you. God bless, God bless. I went vegan this year. Thank you guys for giving it up for that. God bless. God bless. Yeah, I went vegan, not for the animals, just for the clout. Yeah, because honestly, I don't, believe me, if I saw a dog in the middle of the road, I'm speeding up and I'm not switching lanes. Obviously I'm kidding. If I saw a dog in the middle of the road, I would speed up and I wouldn't change lanes as well. Also, my car can't take a hit like that. I genuinely drive a fridge on wheels, which keeps me humble, keeps me very humble, and I love it. I'm reading notes and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, you guys. But yeah, it's always a matter of is my car gonna start? Is my tire gonna fly off? Can I kill an animal and get to work on time? And it's normally a maybe. Yeah. I saw this Reddit post about this woman who has 2 vaginas. She was an escort. She said she was an escort. She said that she used the left one for her clients and she saved the right one for her personal life, which I feel like she was bragging, because it's okay, you already have 2 vaginas, but it's and they have a work-life balance. My vagina works full time and I still can't afford Disney Plus, even with the overtime. You guys, I'm poor. That was an I'm poor joke. I'm also dumb. I'm very stupid, quite a bimbo. Thank you for laughing, you guys. Yeah, I really am, and I've decided I don't think I should have kids, because I think if I had kids, they'd start asking the tough questions at 2, or 3, maybe 3, because that's when they start talking. They'd be like, Mommy, what is grass? And I'd be like, grass is just carpet for the outside, photosynthesis, photosynthesis. Or they'd be like, Mommy, what are trees? Trees are just plants that had an idea and really went for it, They'd be like, Mommy, who's my dad? And be like, okay, you got me, fucking go fish. I have no clue. Okay, no more questions. Okay, Mommy's gonna lay in the tub for a few hours. If you need something, DoorDash it. If it's emergency, dial Grubhub. That's just how I feel. Thank you. I'm really into spirituality, been exploring my spirituality. And I'm really on the hunt for a spiritual man, and I'm not saying you have to be a monk, but orange is my favorite color. So, no, but I don't know. I think monks are kind of hot, I love a man who can just sit and be quiet. I just think that's kind of hot. I think a monk would actually be like a horrible boyfriend, like what would a day in the life look like? It'd be night, right? I'd be like, babe, let's stay in a night, let's read the Kama Sutra. He'd be like, I have to go to the ashram and do a 6-hour deep breathing meditation so I can speak to God. I'm just like, oh my God, another boys' night. Like, what does God have that I don't? And I swear to God, if you say eternal light one more fucking time. I'm not God, but, at least I have a B cup. Am I right, guys? Give it up for that. Nobody's talking. Nobody. I do this so much. It's fine, though. Okay. Do you guys remember Polly Pockets? You guys just give me a hand. Give me a hand. Give me a hand raise. Okay, cool. Polly Pockets. Not quite a Bratz. Definitely not a Barbie. They were just these. They're these like flat-chested bitches you could just fit into your pocket. It really should have just been called Polly Pickpocket. A doll that's designed to fit into a kid-sized pocket. You're begging me to commit petty theft at that point. I had like 70 Polly Pockets when I was a kid, and I swear my parents bought me 3. But, I've moved on from Polly Pockets to Grand Theft. Thank you, guys. Thank you in the back. Thank you. Appreciate you. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I don't steal anymore, but let's just say I have a lot of cute tops for a reason. But don't worry, this top was a gift from me to myself because I stole it. What I'm trying to say is that this shirt was a steal. Like, it was on sale. Like, it was 100% off because I stole it. No, just so we're clear, I did not steal this top. Okay. This top stole me when I saw it and put it in my coat. So thank you guys. You guys have been a great crowd. You guys are so kind. Do I have time? Like, give me the light. I don't know. Maddie. Okay. Let me just try to find anything in here. I got a new job. Pays pretty well. Been flirting with my new coworker. He has a mullet, so fingers crossed there. That wasn't really a joke. That was just like an update, and I hope you're all jealous of me. Thank you. You know what? I think that's all I have. Thank you so much. God bless. Give it up to you guys. Give it up.
I love Celeste. I love the cameo that someone's dog made. I hope it was a dog. If it wasn't, somebody should be calling 911 probably.
It was a dog.
It was a dog? Okay, good. Great. I like that that's safe. Your next comedian is another one of my good friends. Please give it up for Sam Hochhalter.
That's awful. It's just quiet. That's not the way I want to start a comedy show. Oh no. The pandemic's still going, huh? We're almost at a year. That's totally awful. Everyone tells me I look gay. I was talking to this older woman once, and she asked me, she was like, "You gay?" And I was like, "No." And she goes, "Oh." I'm like, "Well, what made you ask that?" And she says, "Well, you just have a very gay jawline." So I was like, "What, is there cum on it?" Wipe off the cum? I don't think you can tell that a man is gay just by looking at his jawline, unless there's a penis next to it and a smile on his face. That'd be a good sign. But she's like, "No, you just have like one of those really sharp, the gays have those sharp jawlines." I was like, I don't think that's how it works. I don't think having a defined jawline makes you gay. Otherwise, Tom Brady would be the gayest man alive. And I think we all know that Tom Brady isn't gay for anybody except his son. So like I heard Luke laugh, so I think like some people are familiar with that. Like
Yeah.
Tom Brady like makes out with his kid, and you know, I feel like I can't judge him for it. Like part of me wants to be like, oh, that's fucking weird, but then another part of me is like, I mean, you can't argue with 8 Super Bowls, you know? Like part of me is like, maybe I should start making out with my dad. You know, maybe he'll win a Super Bowl. I don't know, you know? I don't know. I want to turn that into a bit about making out with my dad. I just think that just my dad's just playing coy all the time. I'm like, we're watching a movie, and I always sit next to him, and he's like, "Get away from me!" You know? I want a Super Bowl. I want to play golf with Michael Jordan. Let's do this. Yeah. No one really like tells me I look gay anymore. They just tell me I look gross. Like I went for a jog recently, and I remember it was around sunset time, and it was really beautiful. There was like it's a sunset. It's beautiful. It's the colors of the trees are popping, and you know the water looks all serene, and it was like one of those moments where you start to appreciate the earth and your own position in it, and how we got to preserve this. And I saw a family walking down the path towards me. You paying attention? And it was 2 parents and a little girl, and it was maybe like a 3-year-old girl, and I saw her, and I looked at her, and she still had like that wonderment in her eyes, like there's still amazing things happening around her. And I had that thought. I was like, we gotta preserve the planet for her, you know, we gotta keep this going for her. And as I passed her, she looked at me and she pointed with her finger and said, "Ew." And then nobody corrected me. No one was like, "No, don't say that about him. You know, he knows he's drunk." You don't need to remind him. But yeah, so fuck this planet. I've been throwing all my recycling in the trash now. Yeah, you know, it's all kind of fucked, but I guess it might be okay, you know? We got like a new president now, I guess. I'm realizing that a lot of my anxiety in the world was tied almost directly to having a reality TV show host as president. And, you know, I don't know who else. I shouldn't have mentioned Donald Trump. Every time I like say his name out loud, my family gets really quiet. Like I'm like, it feels a little bit like we were all abused. Like I can't talk about it. It's like, you know, whew, that's depressing. I think I'm gonna end it right there. I think that's a good spot. That everyone's really quiet now and nobody's laughing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and turn it back over to Patty, and she can carry the baton from there. So good luck.
Thank you for doing the depressing before you left. That was a great way to end a set. That's how we all like to end the set, is on the sad stuff. I want to give it up for your next comedian. She's the host of Comedy in the Park. She's beautiful and amazing. I love her very much. Please clap on the other side of your computer for Mariam Musavi.
Hi. I hope people can hear me. Maddie, can people see and hear me? Hello. Quarantine has been difficult, especially comedy-wise. I did a show in an alley last weekend, and right before my set, the producer was like, I know this is so relatable. The producer was like, hey, it's garbage day, so there's gonna be a dumpster coming through during your set. He was like, it'll only be like a minute and a half. And so then I'm just trying to remember like the order of my jokes and also coming up with garbage truck jokes maybe. Like, oh, my ride's here. I told them to wait around the corner. Anyways, I bombed my dick off and I wish that the garbage truck had come. Okay, so moving on. My name is Miriam. It's a grandma name, which makes sex kind of weird for me. Because the guy, he'll be like, do you like that, Miriam? And I'll be like, I beg your pardon. And that's if it's going well. I don't know why I added that in there. I'm so nervous. I'm more nervous than if this was like a real show. No offense, Maddie. Okay. But yeah, I was raised Muslim, so it was like my name is actually Mariam, but it's just like it was really rude to correct people, so now we have to go through a whole like rebranding at 27. I didn't really relate to the girls in my school because like growing up Muslim, there's just so many rules, and you know, I'd overhear conversations like, oh my God, Mackenzie, can you believe that my mom is only letting me take 2 Xanax this week? And then like, meanwhile, I couldn't even shave my eyebrows. I couldn't even pluck my eyebrows because they're like the hymen of the face or whatever. And we also weren't allowed to sleep over. I couldn't sleep over anywhere. And I don't even care because I don't even want to anyways, because it would have been embarrassing to pray in front of the other girls. I'm like, hey, Mrs. Matthews, can I get an extra blanket and maybe like a compass? If you have like an extra compass. If I don't find true east, I won't sleep a wink tonight. All right, so that was a new one. It's not the mic. All right. So my dad's from Iran, and he, when I turned 15, he tried to arrange my marriage. And my mom, you know, she fought for me for my right to choose. And like, I'll never forgive her for cock blocking me like that. Just mind your own business. She's like really German. And she just tells it how it is, roasted us all growing up. I mean, she hit us too, don't get me wrong. But like, she also took customer service really seriously. Like one time we were at Hollywood Video. You guys remember Hollywood Video?
Yes.
Because this joke, okay, because it has like 2 years left, max. Okay, so we're at Hollywood Video, and like she wasn't satisfied with the service. So she like grabbed Shallow Hal and like hissed at the 17-year-old like I was not treated like a star, because that was their slogan, like Hollywood Video where you're treated like a star. And like I feel like she's the reason they went out of business, like too many corporate calls. One time she congratulated me on growing into my face, so if you want to just do with that whatever, we can unpack that later. I like to talk to older men online. I don't know why. I feel like I just like to do it. It makes me feel powerful. Anyway, but I'm not stupid about it because I know it could be dangerous. Like sometimes they ask for my address, or, you know, it gets a little creepy. And I tell them, I'm like, dude, like I live in the sex trafficking capital of California. Like, I'm not going to just tell you where I live. They're like, oh, Sacramento? And I'm like, yeah, Oak Park specifically. I visited my grandma last year in Germany, and I got to stay there for a whole month, but I didn't realize that meant that I couldn't masturbate for a whole month because we had to share a bed, because me and my grandma, we just like don't like the same porn. And it's just so frustrating because, you know, like I had a free place to stay, but like at what cost, you know, at what cost? That's all I want to do tonight. Thank you so much, Maddie, for having me. And I'm really sorry about my performance tonight. Thank you.
absolutely nothing to be sorry for because
Okay.
Miriam was as funny as she always is, which is super funny. We have another couple comedians coming up, and your next one is very cool. He's the host of the Epic Tiki Show. Let's all again clap from where we can't hear you for Luke Soyan.
Hey, keep it going for all the comics you've seen so far. Oh, wait. All right, cool. Thanks for clapping. I'm Luke Soyan, like she said. I'm just at my house, and I've been, hanging out in the pandemic, just waiting for that vaccine. I've been ordering some stuff to get ready for when I finally get to take it. So there's like a train set coming tomorrow in the mail and some Legos. So that should be pretty cool. All right, I wrote that just now. I thought that would work. I don't even know if anyone's unmuted, but I'll just say stuff and we'll see what happens. I'm going to also read notes. Sorry, guys. It's been a while since my dad's come to a comedy show because he's dead. And you know how they don't let dead people into comedy clubs and stuff. They also don't get Zoom, where they are. And or Twitch, I guess. But anyways, yeah, he was a clean freak, so it was kind of annoying to, grow up with him. And that like makes it really ironic to me that he is surrounded by dirt now. That's really funny. Like when I go visit him, I don't bring flowers. I bring a bottle of Purell. And then I just set it down on the ground and I'm like, try to reach that, bitch, It's a fun game we play. And yeah, I also like to look and be like, oh man, I'm getting all these notifications on my phone. Don't do this on your phone, guys, because then you could read the chat while you're going. And they're like, hey, good job, last comic. And then I'm like distracted. But no, that was great, Mariam. That was awesome. I did laugh a lot. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, also, because my dad's underground now, I'll just look at him and I'll be like, remember all those times you grounded me? Well, who's grounded now? You jerk. And so that's fun. And then I also, I really feel like since he was a clean freak, like he's kind of missing his Super Bowl. Like I'm sad for him. Like he didn't get to see this day when everyone is washing their hands constantly, wearing masks. But then I was thinking about it, and I was kind of wondering, like maybe he was just ready way before everyone else. Like maybe he crashed his car on purpose that night because he wanted to socially distance before anyone else. Because they tell you 6 feet, but they don't tell you what direction. 6 feet under is still 6 feet. So, my dad he's a trendsetter. All right. Next bit. You guys ready for this one? I just moved into a new place and I've had to be on the phone a lot, which is, really annoying because like everywhere you call now, the first thing before they even say hello, they don't even say hello. They just go, this call may be recorded for quality and training purposes, which is like super annoying. It's getting to it's like it's everywhere now. Like I was about to have sex with this girl the other day and she was like, this sex will be recorded for quality and training purposes. And I was just, I didn't know what to do. So I just looked at her and I was like, operator, agent, person, and then that didn't work. So then I was trying to push the 0 to get to the operator, trying to push the number 0, but I couldn't find it, That's a clit joke. Because what is the clit if it's not? It's a button. It's just wet, but it's a button still. So it's just like the number 0 on your phone pad. I was walking my dog recently, and one of my neighbors has this sign, and it just says, remember Alec. And I'm like, you want me to remember Alec? I can't even remember my mom's new cell phone number. Like, who was this Alec kid, It's like, he's probably dead, but, I don't know anything about him. It's like, did he do anything cool? Like, what made him more important than my mom's cell phone number? Like, was he gonna be the president or try? Or was he just gonna end up at a Subaru dealership? Like, because if that's the case, I'm not gonna remember him, I mean, it's not like you go to the museum and they have like Galileo's tomb and they don't have they have a plaque there, in like 8 languages that tells you what's going on. All this was a photo, and it said, "Remember Alec." Like, he might still be alive, and maybe it's just like his mom has, you know, some kind of, she can't remember shit, so she has to walk outside every day and just be like, "Oh, I have a son." So yeah, that's that joke. Yeah. Oh, and you know what else? It's like, okay, so maybe I should remember Alec, but also, you know, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I have limited real estate in my head now because I drank a lot when I was younger, and I still drink sometimes. So it's a lot of Swiss cheese in here. So it takes effort to remember shit, like my mom's new phone number, which I still don't know. And it's just like, I have to pay Google for space. So why can't Alec pay for space in my head? You know, if he really wants to be a part of, you know, what's going on in here, then maybe, you know, if he has like a foundation, don't send it to cancer research or whatever he died from. Send it to my head so that I can make hard drive space available. Okay, Alec. I don't know if this is going well, but I love this bit, and it's my favorite. Let's see, I'll do this. This one's maybe fun. I don't know. I think it's funny that they call it the Last Supper because, like, everyone else had dinner the next day. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one fucking guy. It was his Last Supper, and I know he's important to a lot of people, but it's like, you know, when it, like, even the next day, like, it's not like they had CNN. So it's not like there was a broadcast that was like, "Jesus Christ has died tonight. He was betrayed by his best friend, Judas." Like, there's no, it's just everyone's in a hut somewhere getting dusty, eating dinner. Like, that was what it was like back then. You know, they were all wearing sandals, and they probably had disgusting feet. And then they didn't know Jesus was dead, you know? And all the other, like, all the disciples or apostles or whatever the next day, you know, like, they had dinner the next day. They were, like, sitting around like, wow, that shit got real out of control last night. We need to rein it in. We need to figure this out. But it is going to suck now because we have to actually buy the wine and the fish and the loaves. So that's, Peter, can you take care of that? Put on the to-do list. I don't know. I also feel like Jesus' story wouldn't work nowadays because it's kind of like, you know, like back then it's like if somebody got crucified, you're like, oh shit, I better follow his like lead because that's intense that he, you know, like that's a real crazy way to die. That's like literally torture. But now it would be like, hey, Jesus died for your sins. And you'd be like, oh really? How did he die? And they'd be like, lethal injection. And you're like, that's not really impressive, you know? Even if they missed the vein and they had to poke him a couple times, it's like, that's like 10 minutes, you know? It's not like 8 hours of hanging from your hands, you know? So, I don't know what my religion is. How much time do I don't even know how long I've been going.
I'm not timing you guys.
Oh, that's right. You said that. Let's see. What can I end on? I want to end on another thing. I'll just do this one. You guys have seen this before, but they sent this postcard at the beginning of the pandemic, which was cool, except it wasn't. I don't know. I always ask this question. I can't really do it now because I can't get any answers. So I'll just say it anyways for, you know, because I'm going rote by rote. Is that the way how you use that word? I don't know. Anyways, I sent this postcard and it's, oh no, I'm going to ask you guys, did you guys get this postcard? And then like one of you will say, I did. So anyways, it was like this shitty postcard that our former president Voldemort, I'm just kidding, his name was Trump. And he had, I don't know, he said this, it said President Trump's guidelines for coronavirus in America. That's like what it said. And it was just like horribly designed. It looked like a PowerPoint slide that I made in like middle school for science class or something. And then it was like, the first thing it said was, follow your state and local guidelines, which is like, then why did you send the card? That's like if we started doing this comedy show and then instead of us doing comedy, Jody was like, or Maddie was like, hey, so you guys go to netflix.com, log in, and then type in Dave Chappelle. Okay, you're welcome. You know, like, and then the next thing it said was just shit that you could find on the CDC website. So it was like plagiarism and stuff. Like it was stupid. But what really bothered me about it was I had gotten broken up like right before the pandemic. Like my ex-girlfriend was like, I'm gonna break up with you. And then like 3 weeks later, the pandemic happened. And so like, I just kind of wish there was some more personal information on there, you know, like I wish it was like tailored to me, you know, because it told me where to cough, but it didn't tell me where to cry. And that was something I needed to know about. You know, like, do I cry into my arm or into my pillow? Like, what's gonna spread less coronavirus? I don't know. Thanks, Trump Obama. Okay, I've been Luke Soini, guys. Thank you so much.
Yay, everyone clap where we can't hear you for Luke. Actually, it's a secret that I've been keeping. Dave Chappelle is totally coming tonight, so everybody stay tuned for that. Don't leave yet, because he is definitely coming. Your next comedian is very funny, and I am very excited to have her on. Please enjoy Emma Haney.
Oh, what up, gamers? It's your girl, Emma Haney, coming to you from Azeroth proper. More like Maldraxxus. I'm in the Shadowlands. I'm playing World of Warcraft because I got shit to do, boo-boo. I'm trying to gear up this level 60.
Okay.
I'm on my...
I just want to make sure.
This is my warrior. Her name's Cleavage, right? Little gnome. Isn't she cute? She's got these, like, 2 little lightsabers. They look pretty sick, though, right? Like, would you fuck with this gnome? I wouldn't. Look at him. I'm on my cool horse. Old Blanchy. That's what this horse's name is. No joke. Sin Runner Blanchy. So what are you guys doing? How are you? Before I start my... start the timer, first of all. Before I start my stand-up set, I just want to give a shout-out to Maddie for booking me to do the show. Also, Stab Comedy Theater. Oh, let's get this Battle Shout buff. What am I doing? I'm going to get this node down here. You guys, this is my fucking life. Pretty much just playing this game is all I've been doing for a year. I have 6 level 60s. Please don't be jealous. I don't want to make anybody jealous. Look at this damage I do. It's not great compared to some. But how are you guys doing on this lovely Sunday, the Lord's Day? I have become a fan of Sundays during the pandemic. Sundays is when me and my roommates, we like to go down to the local park that I live by, Grant Park. There's a comedy show that happens there every once in a while, Comedy in the Park. Check it out if you're able. A couple of those people are on this show tonight. We like to go down to the park, and, you know, since we can't go to real life sporting events, we like to go down to the park, take a couple brewskis, and just cheer on the dogs that are down there. Just playing fetch with their owners, you know. We like to just really, like, we pick our favorite dogs, our favorite teams, you know, like it's real. And we just like to go out there and have a good time. The owners are not so about it. They're not very friendly, but it's like, really, have dog owners been that friendly during these times? Which is good. They're like, please don't come up and pet my dog. And I'm like, well, please do not be a tease and bring this fluffy, cute bitch up to my face. I'm gonna try and pet her. So really, there's that. I have that going for me, cheering for the dogs. Also, another thing that's new with me, besides just playing Warcraft like a fucking fool. Actually, hold on a second. This is the part of the stream where I like to check my account if I got my stimulus or not. I did not get it yet. I did not get my stimulus. Sound off in the chat if you've gotten it. If you have, I'm super fucking jealous. But yeah, so another new thing about me, how am I supposed to pick this flower in the middle of this heated battle? I moved to Midtown a couple months ago. I know I'm so fucking brave for moving during a pandemic, but you know, that's just the kind of life I live. I like to roll the dice. And I play D&D. Ooh, I got a key. I moved to Midtown a couple months ago. It's been super nice. I like it. Couple things I wish I would have known though before moving down here. It was one thing that I will say the positive Within 48 hours of moving here, I probably befriended 7 feral cats who I still talk to this day. When I smoke weed in the alley, we like to hang out and stuff. But I did get in an argument with a homeless man about digging out cans in the dumpster that's kind of by my room at 3 in the morning. I don't care if you do it, but maybe just do it during business hours, okay? That would help. Another thing I wish someone would have told me before I moved out here. Oops, shit, I'm not trying to hit that horde dude. I wish someone would have told me how hard the water is out here, you guys. There's so much calcium in the water. It's crazy. I had within the first week of me moving here, my skin was so fucking dry. Like, this is kind of embarrassing, but who cares? I had to lotion my ass, you guys. I'm serious. I had to lotion my bottom. That is a thing in my 33 years of life I have never had to do before. It was insane. Like, I am so white that my body cannot handle seasoned bath water. And I don't know what to do. You guys, sound off in the chat if you have sensitive skin. That's a thing I had to deal with. I'll try and wrap it up. I am also an essential worker. Give a shout out in the chat if you are also an essential worker. I don't like to call myself essential because I'm a full-time delivery driver. I worked at FedEx for about 12 years. Claps for me for keeping a job for so long. I'm so stable. But I don't like to consider myself essential because I feel like the past year, like all I've been really delivering is like wigs and dog treats and like dildos. Like I feel like that's all I've been delivering for the past year. And it's fucking crazy. And it's crazy too because my work does not, they don't test us for COVID. So that was like a big scare. Like this whole time we're like, will we or won't we like get sick and die? And it's crazy because I scheduled a test in secret. Like it was very hush hush because if they find out that we go get tested, you can't come back to work, you don't get paid. Like it's a whole thing. I get it, but also it's kind of fear mongering. But I like scheduled this test, right? And it was kind of just like sketchy a little bit. Like, no, and I might have been hyped up because I was kind of thinking it like, oh my God, this is like secret. Like I'm so bad, like whatever. And because like in the directions they gave me, they were like, you're going to go to a Rite Aid off Stockton Boulevard and you're gonna go behind the Rite Aid, you'll get tested. And I was just like, this is so like crazy. So I'm like, just go behind the Rite Aid and I'm all like, like I'm buying drugs or something. Like, oh my God, just hurry up, man. Just stick it up my nose. Just stick it up my nose real quick so I can get out of here. And it was so funny. When I wrote this joke, I was gonna end it with like, just stick it up my nose, sir, that is your penis. Don't put that, but I didn't put that in the joke. Because it's called editing and I'm a professional. You guys should also be a professional. Don't always go for the blue. You guys sound off in the chat if I should have kept the penis reference in there. Anyways, I've hit my time. I probably went over a little bit. So you guys have a good night. I must stay here and protect this arsenal. And you guys have a good night. Give it up for all the comics you've seen and be safe out there, everybody.
Woo! Yay. Someone in the chat says that they lotion their ass, but not just their ass, their butthole. So that's something for us to all think about for the rest of our lives. Your next comic, it's your headliner. He's the host of the Fill My Heart podcast and now the Sports Ball podcast. Please give it up for Drew Absher.
Maddie, don't call me a headliner.
Yeah.
Not because it's overstating what I am, but I would hate for this to be the first thing I headlined. A show on COVID. I can't even hear an audience. This is so hard. I'm so impressed that everyone got through it. I would have broken down. When Sam started mentioning Donald Trump, I was like, if he starts crying, do we all get to log off? How's it going, everybody? My name is Drew. I'm too tired to do this. I go to bed at like 7 every single night. That's all I've done during quarantine is just get like high as shit at about 6:57, and then fall asleep face down on my couch at about 7:03. Let's do some topical jokes. How's everyone following all the royal family Meghan Markle drama? I'm big into that. I thought it was interesting watching that interview with Oprah because, you know, Meghan Markle said that like the royal family was concerned that her baby was gonna have like dark skin, and I was like, dude, that's a really rough look for the whole country of England. You know what I mean? That the royal family is like concerned with having a black person in the family, but like not that concerned with having another ginger. Like that didn't cross their mind once that they were gonna have another one of those in the family. No one wants to see a British Blake Griffin. You know what I mean? No one wants that. All right. New stuff. I feel like I have to smoke weed. Like, I feel like I'm a loser if I don't smoke weed. You know what I mean? Like, if I explained my life to somebody, they were like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, oh, man, I just do stand-up comedy and work at a grocery store. They're like, oh, man, that's cool. Are you, like, married? Like, no. Kids? No. Any college education? No. They're like, do you smoke weed? I was like, no. They'd be like, what are you doing? You're just wasting your own time. Like, this is your prime getting high years. Is if you're working at a grocery store, it should be mandated that you get high. You know what I mean? I don't want a grocery store worker who thinks they're going to become a manager bagging my shit. You know what I mean? That's the worst kind of grocery store worker. I don't know. I started trying to eat healthier during quarantine. I realized I needed to like start getting back on some kind of diet that wasn't processed food based when I took my dog for a walk, and we were just walking down the street, and he like squatted to take a shit, and I realized like he doesn't have any pain on his face when it's happening. I'm like, dude, like burritos are not doing it because that guy's just eating kibbles and water, and he looks so happy. I was like, maybe I should have a more protein based. I went to my doctor, which is always a mistake. You guys have seen stand-up comedy. It's always a mistake to go. Has anyone ever went to the doctors in a stand-up comedy bit and it turned out to be a good thing? No, never. I went to my doctor, and she was like, do you eat dairy? And I was like, yeah, I thought I was supposed to. And she's like, no, who told you that? And I was like, you did. I'm like, you all did. Every doctor did. You guys fucking put commercials on TV about how I was supposed to eat dairy. Are you kidding me? And then she was like, yeah, hand up on that one. That's on us. We shouldn't have been telling you guys all that. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to like get a new personality now, you know, so what can I do? And she was like, oh, you could try like drinking kombucha. Kombucha is good for you. So I do that now. I drink kombucha. I kind of like kombucha. It's weird. I've never had strawberry lemonade give me diarrhea before. So it's kind of creating a new relationship with that flavor. My girlfriend always wants me to try new foods. That's something I'm not really into. She always says that she has heard of a good place around the corner that does like a good certain type of food, but I know that she doesn't know if it's actually good or not. She'll be like, oh, I heard right around the corner from here there's like a good Albanian food place. I'm like, yeah, I never heard that. What are you talking about? You don't know anyone from Albania. I thought Albania was the made up place from Princess Diaries all this time. I didn't know that was a real place. You know, and then she'll be like, well, I just wish you would try new foods. And I'm like, why would I try foods that might hurt my stomach when I could just eat the same foods that I know and love that hurt my stomach? You know what I mean? If I'm going to be shitting all night, I'm going to make sure it's from the stuff I like, you know? She'll be like, oh, well, variety is the spice of life. And I'm like, yeah, and spicy food makes me sick. That's why I don't eat it. I don't know. We're doing new stuff. Let's see. Oh, Maddie's not timing, huh? I don't know how much time I have left. Let's see. Oh, I'll do this again. There's a TV show on the History Channel called Bin Laden's Hard Drive. And it's like a show where after Osama bin Laden's death, they like got all of his computers. And then on this History Channel show, they like go through all of his computers and show all the stuff he liked. And it's like, I don't want to sound like I'm defending Osama bin Laden at all. But I don't think anybody in the history of the world deserves to have their hard drive aired on TV after they died. That is the ultimate punishment. I mean, that is so fucking cruel. I'd be terrified. I mean, you guys can go through my history. I don't care. I'll show you all the porn I've watched. I would just be terrified that somebody would find out my most listened to song of the last 3 years is Despacito. You know what I mean? And then I got to explain that. I got to explain. Someone in my family has to explain that one. Okay, guys, I think that's it for me. My name's been Drew Uptree. You guys have been a lot of fun. Have a good night.
Yay. All right, that's been our show. I had a great time. I know these shows are weird, but I got to invite a bunch of my friends, so it was awesome. I hope everybody on the other side of the internet is having a great night. Good night.
There it is. Thank you, Maddie. And thank you, everybody else on the show tonight. That is going to wrap up night 2 of 8 of our Stab in Place Quarantine-aversary. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We've got more stuff coming up. I was going to say in the morning, and I almost wouldn't have been wrong. We're starting at 2 p.m. tomorrow with Drawing a Blank. It's Bree and Milk and some fun drawing times. Then at 4 o'clock, it's King's Talk Live. Sacramento and is it Utah? I can't remember who they're playing tomorrow. But Stan Dunks, Rick Dribble will be here providing their alternate Kings game commentary. So join us for that. Then 7 o'clock, Dregs of Craigs, the Craigslist deep dive podcast. And the aforementioned Fill My Heart with Parker and Drew at 8:30. Let me make sure I got all these times right because, you need to know. Yeah, I did. Okay, so check all that out, plus the other 6 days of programming that we got, celebrating our quarantine-aversary. We made it, guys! A year closed! Jesus Christ. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Anybody still in the chat, if you haven't followed, maybe do. That way you'll know the second we go live for not only this upcoming weeks of quarantine-aversary shows, but, for everything that we'll continue to do after this week. It looks like most of the folk that we follow here have gone to bed, except JoJo has fun. So we'll be raiding you over to watch Jeff play some Phasmophobia. And we'll see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. for Sketchy Friends. See you guys. Hold on for the raid.